Welcome to Graffiti City, your one stop shop for graffiti supplies. From spray paint to markers, caps, and merch, we've got it all. Let's get creative. GraffitiCityNV.com.
This is the chairman and the artist, where vision meets creation. Let's talk. Welcome, everybody. It's April 24th to 2025. We're excited because we got some new good news. Vaka's got some good news. We did some. What did we do yesterday? We did a lot of driving around, a lot of trying to get some jobs or do some stuff. But we ended up over at the generator. Tell them about your plans, Vaka.
Yeah. Many nights of talking about it, and we finally jumped on it and said, let's go talk to the generator and see if they would lend us some walls to paint for our Graffiti City show, our Graffiti City classes. We're instructors now.
Oh, cool. So, we're I've been kind of telling Vaka for a little while, hey man, you should go talk with those guys, see if you guys can come to a deal where they let you teach classes there. And he's been putting it off. And it seems like yesterday he finally said, let's go fucking talk to those guys. You know, you can't make a horse drink water. You can only take them to it. But once they start drinking or once they get there, isn't that kind of like the saying?
Yeah, they're thirsty.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't get him to drink, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that you finally went down there and explained to them, and they seem excited.
Yeah, the lady was excited. Oh man, I forgot Miss Snyder. I forgot her name, but yeah, she was really cool. She's excited. She's excited to have Graffiti City on board and instructors and just artists.
I think it's cool, man. I think people need to learn this in the daylight instead of fucking, when dusk comes in and the little devils go out and do their bad deeds. But a lot of the times they're doing it by themselves, homie. They're learning by themselves, and if they are learning from somebody, it's mainly somebody who's how can I say, you're limited to that guy. You're limited to only learning from that guy. You know, if two of us go out and tag or whatever, we're only limited to that. But if you got other people that you can see how they do stuff, or
watch, learn from, bullshit with,
or even somebody showing you how to use the different caps. You know, what caps go with what caps you should bring with you to do a project.
Yeah, it's like fishing, You're like, hey, you should try this one. You should try this,
Yeah, if I go fishing by myself, I might get lucky, but knowing what lures to use, what colors, where the fish may be in the river, stuff like that. And if you got guides or people that tell you, hey, you want to throw it over here, you want to throw it over there, or you want to use this lure, I say it's the same thing kind of with you guys. You want to have somebody give you some guidance and do it in the daylight. You notice that most graffiti gets done at night, and they're doing it in dark areas, dangerous areas.
More than anything, dangerous.
And they're also liable to get caught and end up with a big fine.
Get hurt.
Mm-hmm. So if anybody out there has got a family member or somebody who's into graffiti and wants to take classes from Vaka on how to do stuff, check out did you already created a product on the website?
No, I haven't created a product, but it should be done either today or tomorrow. Okay. That way we could get the sign-ups and people that could just do it online.
Yeah, you can actually sign up online or just purchase a class. We're going to have an ability for you to go online and purchase a class, and then you just show up to the next class and show us that you pay for it through, communication online.
Yeah.
We should be able to see who
they'll
paid,
have their membership or something.
Oh yeah, you want you? Hey, that'd be cool if we do a membership too.
Yeah.
You know that way. And what days do you think would be good for the classes?
Right now we're only gonna do them on Saturday
Saturday.
because yeah, because
It's a day off. People are
it's
off.
new and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. But then as things progress, hopefully we could get more classes in and more people sign up and
Oh, cool.
yeah.
So if anybody out there is interested in doing graffiti classes or really wants to learn how to use the spray cans, the caps, how about dabbers and stuff like that? Are you also going to use any dabbers or any mobs or crinks or anything like that? Or for right now, just spray paint?
Yeah, for right now just spray paint, but yeah, we should have everything, all the markers, all the or it should be a class 4 markers for like lettering or something.
Yeah, yeah. Or even just maybe take some of the supplies with you.
Yep.
You know, when they're doing a cool ass piece, and maybe show them, hey, try this one to get some inside detail or outline an area or this or that. That'd be kind of cool. And also, they can see what kind of products you got. You know.
Yeah, we're new to this. We don't really know how it's gonna go, but yeah, we know for sure there's a audience for it. There's kids that are hungry to paint. They're gonna get 3 cans, right?
3 cans.
I think they're gonna get 3 cans, 3 brand new cans.
Maybe one black one.
One black for sure. That way they could have an
You could do
outline.
an outline. And
And it's a hour to hour and a half long class.
okay. And what about for experienced guys that just want to go and paint? They can also come out and paint.
Yeah, they could show up. There's plenty of room. Yeah, it's not a wall there. They made these wooden movable
Mobile walls.
yeah, panels. They're really nice. They're way nicer than what we made.
Yeah, we did. We did a long time ago. We did a graffiti event with the generator a long time ago, and there was a big turnout. That was I was surprised how many people showed up and stuff like that. So hopefully there'll be a good turnout for your classes, and you know. So I'm gonna be an instructor too. I get to stand around there and just
Yeah,
look like I know what the fuck I'm doing.
tell them what's up. Hit them in the back of the head.
Get away from that wall. Come over here and paint this wall. Do not paint that wall.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Make sure they stay in the walls they're supposed to stay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not allowed to paint the building walls because we have to get permission. But they do have portable walls that they made, real good sized walls. And people should be, you know, at least happy that, you know, somebody's providing an environment for them.
Yep.
You know, so you don't have to drive up to the out here instead, or drive up all the way to the tunnels and Donner. You know, that's how far people go out. So just so they can go and do some
Yeah.
painting, some artwork. You know, it is, we can say, illegal, but still people have to drive that far just to get away from the public, or they're seeking their peace of mind, or they're up to delinquency, we can say too, you know.
Yeah.
But over here, you got no chance of getting a delinquency as a pay-for class. It's inside. It's in the back of the generator, so it's fenced in. It's not like anybody can walk up to it and all of a sudden grab paint and start going at it. You know.
No, you gotta be a member, and you gotta come in. You gotta sign up. There's a waiver sheet they have to sign up. If they're under a certain age, their mom has to sign a waiver. And
What-
moms, drop off your kids, let them paint. They're gonna get a little dirty.
Did they kind of let you know what age?
We're only gonna keep them 13 and older.
13 and older.
Yeah.
And mainly because of the fact that some of the spray cans are hard to push for
Yeah.
a young little kid, and at about 13 they have
Yeah.
enough strength to push the button. And,
Yeah. But I've taught my babies since they were little.
well,
But yeah, they'll get paint on their face, and yeah, it's probably not a good.
hey, what if we also did those classes where we did the planet classes? Remember when we did those at the Graffiti City?
Yeah. I think we would need that instructor, to give that class.
Yeah.
That would be
But
appropriate.
the instructor is in Germany right now.
Oh, fuck.
Remember Rudy? Rudy used to do the classes.
Shout out to Rudy Palominos.
Rudy Palominos. He's over there in Germany. He used to be our instructor. We did those classes when we used to own Graffiti City on Wells Avenue.
He used to be the voice of Reno too, huh? Like,
yeah, he was active on the
voice
radio.
was always so. I remember him.
Yeah,
I remember Rudy.
Hey, Rudy. Hopefully, once we get a little bit ahead of money, we're gonna get this new program where we can invite you all the way from Germany, so you can do a podcast with us, and maybe you can also guide us on how to be good instructors like you were, man. You're pretty good, homie.
Yeah, Rudy's a shit.
Yeah, Rudy had the patience and how to talk to the clients, how to talk to the people without a mean face like mine, But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool if we also did those too, not just the graffiti thing, so they can take something with them.
Yeah, Rudy's a badass too. He's a badass artist too. He fucking we would need Rudy, but we would need an instructor like that to do the planets and.
Mm-hmm. You never done planets, huh?
No, I mean I have an idea, but that should be a cool thing too. Like all different instructors for different.
So, what do you think? Do you think it'd be a cool idea if we get somebody involved that's in Reno that knows how to do that and help out with the classes, or?
Yeah, or someone that has a special skill and a certain.
Oh, what about guest teachers? Like,
yeah.
You would be open to having a guest teacher come in and somebody knows how to teach how to do a flare. Because that flare shit is not easy to do, bro.
The flare king.
Yeah. Somebody knows how to do flares and really teach, people how to do a flare or stuff like that.
Yep.
Or how to do some really cool calligraphy with the spray cans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there is interested in doing classes or teaching classes with us, somebody who wants to put themselves out there a little bit, let us know. Send us a message, make a comment, or reach out to Vaka at graffiticityNV.com, or reach out to me at stingraytattoo.net, and then I'll get him the message and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited for you, homie. I'm excited that you finally decided to see what's up. Worst case scenario, they could have said, "No, get out of here."
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you criminals.
But you know what I like about the generator?
You vandals.
They're all about art, bro. I mean, you go in there and it's fucking amazing. They got sculptures, they got wood art, they got metal art, they got
screen
printing,
digital, all that shit.
Art booth, art stations, art. What do you call it? Like art studios. They rent art studios. I mean, I'm so glad we got this fucking place, and it's only a mile away from my house.
There's film stuff in there too.
There's film stuff?
Yeah, I met a guy, Eric.
Oh, man, I want to get in there. Hopefully, once I can afford it, I want to start my membership and just go hang out. Because, I want to be with other artists. I still want to be, influence and have the backup of other artists,
Yeah.
Hey, just to let you guys know also, Vaka's got some new wear stuff. He's wearing some new colors. Can you get this on your website?
This one? No, not yet. I haven't put up.
These He's choking. Oh.
No, I haven't put these up. These are brand new. These are just new arrivals.
Oh, cool, man. I'm wearing one of them, too. So they're comfortable. They're warm and sweatpants.
Hell yeah. Check them out. As soon as I put them up, purchase them because they'll go fast.
Okay. What about for your clients if they want to put some of their artwork on T-shirts and stuff? You think you can do that for them, or
yeah, Printify. Yeah, whoever you want to, whoever knows me and wants to put up their artwork on my website, maybe do a T-shirt collab or something with Graffiti City. But yeah, we could always take artwork. We would work with the
artists, local
Yeah,
artists.
with our local artists, and also the selling point. Don't think we're just gonna steal your artwork. Like you'll get some of the revenue, and we'll break it down real nice, so the artist gets most of the
Most of the
percentage
of
of
the
the
percentage
money, yeah.
of the winnings of the profits of the T-shirt.
Yep.
Cool, and the programs that we run through the website, or he runs through the website, it's called Printify or Printful. And on these programs, these apps, you can put your stuff on coffee cups, you can put your stuff on baseball caps, you can put your stuff on water bottles,
Jackets, sweaters.
sweaters. So
Yeah.
if anybody really
Shoes,
likes their art, they want to
bags.
give out their art and products, contact Vaka. I'm pretty sure he can hook it up. There's a lot of good artists here in Reno that they need exposure. They need a place where they can expose their art and let people know, show their art. That's what I kind of noticed when I took over that warehouse, the Ice House. I met so many fucking underground artists, and their fucking art is just fucking amazing. And to me, it's so sad that a lot of this art is probably in somebody's garage or closet.
Yeah, man. You had so many different ethnicities, right? Like your different crews and your different groups. Like you had your rock stars and the guys that came in the truck, all fucking long hair,
everything and anything. I couldn't believe the demographics of the graffiti world.
Yeah.
They're
You paint
ages,
too, like,
all different ages.
Yeah.
all different races. Also rich and poor. There was a lot of rich kids coming out there, middle class kids. It wasn't like only the delinquents in the neighborhood or the poor kids are doing this. There was a demographic from everything. The girls were coming out and doing graffiti. Not as much as guys. I kind of noticed that graffiti can be dangerous for females. But this would be a cool place for females to come in and learn how to do graffiti instead of going out and trying to learn from
paint, yeah,
from a crew or whatever. And that's also why they seek out a crew, right? To learn from each other or help out each other.
Yeah.
It's not so much like, let's go beef with these other guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more about just being with friends. Some of these guys are very lonely. So there's just someone to kick it with, someone who's like, oh shit, you want to hang out with me? Yeah, bro, you paint? Hell yeah. Then that's it.
Yeah,
like,
and then they just go tagging.
Yeah, and it becomes a crew. But I don't think it becomes about stealing or violence or none of that.
No. It starts out as a good concept, It may evolve to a different thing later on. But most of them are just, they're looking for friendships. They're looking for other people that have the same interest.
Common interest. Not everybody plays basketball. Not everybody is a soccer player. Like, well, you're Mexican, you must play soccer, right?
Fuck. I hated that shit in high school, bro. In middle school, throughout my growing up here, a bunch of fucking every time there was a soccer game and
pick him.
They picked me, and I was like the worst soccer player. And they're like, dude, you suck. Well, you suck too. You're fucking picking me, you racist fuckers. Yeah, you did. Just because you see a Mexican, apparently right away he must be a soccer
good.
champ. I was the worst at soccer. But damn, when it comes to graffiti, it's also like an underground thing, and it's very scary to let people know that you're doing it and this and that. So when you find a friendship or you find somebody that relates to you, now you have a friend that it's also, you got you may even go commit a crime, such as tagging a wall or tagging a train.
Oh yeah, now you're you're willing to commit crimes because you guys are so good buddies. It's like, yeah, let's go do this and let's go break into this and let's go do all this other shit.
Sometimes I don't want to do shit until Vaka comes over. Hey, what if we go, fucker? Are you sure we're not gonna get caught? Sure, let's go. So Yeah, one influences the other.
Yeah, some is bad influence, some is good influence.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I said there was a lot more good influence than bad influence. To tell the truth.
yeah,
Some of them. We society, how can I say, when it comes to the bad influence or the bad behavior, we kind of fucking admire that or push for that instead of pushing for the other stuff, and or people just dramatize on the bad behavior and shit like that, or they make it like this is how it should be, and it's like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. You can do it in a nice environment, but then again, nobody's been able to provide this kind of stuff. You're the only one right now that is willing to give out classes and teach your stuff.
Yeah, because imagine if like El Mac would show you something, or
oh, dude, when I see that fucker's pieces, I'm confused how he does that shit.
Yeah,
the El Mac, the way he does his shading style, and it's so weird.
I'm very grateful for my homies. A lot of my homies, my homie Willie, my homie William, man.
Well, yeah, that fucker. There was a couple of times I was working on a mural on Wells Avenue. I was doing that truck, and that fucker be driving by. He pull over. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Here, let me show you.
Give me that shit.
Give me that shit, fucker.
Yeah.
That fucker.
Yeah, he'll take over a whole project.
He's got talent, and then he knows how to teach too.
Yeah.
He knows how to fucking move your just shows you how to
patience,
do this. Yeah, he has patience.
And teaches you in a way that is like, oh, okay, cool, I get it.
Mm-hmm. I was very grateful, and there was other artists that would actually stop by and give me little pointers and shit like that. I was so fucking grateful for those guys. I still am, and I think because we had the graffiti store back then, we were able to learn all these tricks of the trade that it probably takes some of you guys 5, 10, 20 years to learn if you're doing it on the streets, if you're doing it in the darkness. And over here, within a couple of months, I'm learning tricks left and right from all top guys.
Yeah.
All these different guys coming in and showing me how to do this, how to, put the cap this way so you can do a nice clean line and shit like that.
Scratch the wall.
Learning how to cut, learning how to keep your distance from the wall so you have a consistency line, and also learning to slow down. I think all of us want to go fast when it comes to spray paint. You notice that?
Yeah, or just we think it's just like, yeah, hell yeah.
No, and it's so cool when we see that. Let me.
Let's take a little break
right now.
It's brought to you by Graffiti City, where you can get all your graffiti supplies. Little vandals.
This episode is sponsored by Stingray Tattoo Supply. Take your shop to the next level with our premium hydraulic barber chairs built for comfort, durability, and smooth performance. Perfect for barbers and tattoo artists who demand the best. Sleek, sturdy, professional. Get yours today at stingraytattoo.net.
This CBD-infused cream provides targeted comfort with a zesty, refreshing scent. Find your relief today at ktapothecary.com.
And we're back.
We are back. We have to take a little break for commercials, trying to pay the bills. So we were talking, where did we leave off?
Graffiti life.
Graffiti life. Yeah, it's very underground. Nobody knows too much about it. The ones that know all about it are the graffiti guys themselves, but the public doesn't know too much about it. All they know is how to get pissed, and this fuckers keeps adjusting the fucking thing.
Sorry. There we go.
Anyway, and it should be. I think it'd be badass for people to learn in the daylight, and to get pointers and tips, and also have somebody kind of guide you on the dangers of going out there and hitting a train. You could get hurt. You can get hurt pretty bad if you're not careful.
Yeah, you could get chased. You could run into the wrong people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, man, we ran into some people, some homeless people. Like, they might mean well, but you're in a whole different mind state that is like, hey, man, can I get some? And you feel like, man, this guy's going to rape me or something.
So you start running.
Yeah, you get scared. Yeah, it's a different feeling.
And any wildlife out there when you because here in Nevada, you're out there hitting the trails up in the mountains or whatever, and they got this thing called mountain lions and bears.
Mountain lions and fucking bears. Yeah, when one of my homies said, I got the bear maze, bro. What do you mean bear maze? Well, like, where are these? There's bears.
Yeah, Smokey the Bear doesn't like somebody going through his fucking forest with a spray can.
Yeah, and then I'm tripping out because I see these rocks and they look like these fucking rocks. In cartoons, all I could imagine was these wolves waiting for me at the top of the mountains. Like, oh man, these are wolves. Do we have wolves here? All of a sudden, your mind just goes crazy.
You see more. Was it dusk or dark or how? What?
Yeah, it's dark. It's
dark as a motherfucker.
Yeah, and then the moon is just there and just.
Yeah, everything happens at night. Everything happens in the dark of the night, And then the people wake up in the morning and now they're all pissed off because their area got tagged.
There's a big ass. Yeah.
The train got tagged or the neighborhood got tagged. It happens at night. But
trains are dangerous, man. I never got hurt, but yeah, trains are fucking dangerous. You could fuck your ankle up. You could fall into a hole. Because you don't know what's out there.
Uh-huh.
You're walking through some shit that's just construction. Sometimes but you don't know.
I remember I met this girl. I think it was at the ice house, and she was limping. So I'm like, "Hey, what happened to you?" She goes, "Oh, this was an injury from long ago. Cops, came around the corner and we had to run." Shit. And she jumped this fence and her fucking leg got cut in a rod, on one of those steel rods, and it went right through her fucking leg, so it fucked up her leg. And they still got away, but she suffered dearly. She had a limp now. She was walking with a limp. So it's like, yeah, 1 minute you're having fun or doing your delinquency, and next minute, you may be asking the cops, help.
Yeah. Is there someone here?
Can somebody call the ambulance?
Yeah, that sucks, man. A lot of people got hurt.
And then it's illegal, so you're gonna get penalized. You're gonna get a fine.
Yeah.
And by you doing the classes, you're gonna be avoiding these people because they got it in their blood. They got it in their system. They just can't wait to go out and tag. They can't wait to go out and paint, and nobody will give them a wall. Yeah, it's a rebel thing, and some of them they're so addicted, bro. They're so fucking addicted to this fucking art, like a motherfucker.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a fucking addict.
And they just can't stop. It's just like trying to tell a biker, hey, stop riding your motorcycle. No, they're not gonna stop. These guys are not gonna
put
stop.
your guns away. Don't buy any more guns.
Yeah, somebody who collects guns or something like that. For graffiti guys, it's in their blood. Once they get the adrenaline rush, and that's the other thing, the adrenaline with the art part, it's like you gotta get that fucking fill in quick, and then outline it quick, and then get the fuck out of there. A lot of you guys don't even enjoy the art until maybe 2 or 3 days later when they creep by or they ride by and they're doing
there's art that you'll never see because it's on the train and you can't take a camera because the flash is too bright. So now it's just on the train that you'll never see again.
Damn.
There's pieces that I've done that I never took a picture of.
Yeah. And sometimes you can't even study or see how good your work is.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, But a lot of these guys that doing graffiti, they actually evolved to muralists. They actually evolved to doing better things. But the graffiti is what gives them the practice. They have to have walls to practice. They need places to practice, boxes, walls, trains, whatever the fuck it gets in the way they want to practice on, you know.
Yeah, anything.
Fences that have those plastic things. They hit those motherfuckers up.
Yeah,
you know.
They'll do anything. If you give them a space, they'll hit it up.
Did you just see that homie send us a thing on Instagram? Did you see the Simply Vaginas? He posted that, I don't know where they're doing all those projects. That somebody let them have a free wall. I don't know if you've seen it.
I did see they were working on some stuff.
Where do you think that place is? Or that looked like another state. I couldn't figure out what where he or if it was Tucson or.
Hit us up.
Let us know what place that was, because we don't know. I saw the Instagram, but I didn't see what location. But, it looks like a big warehouse where they let him tag a whole bunch of cool murals, a whole bunch of tags and stuff like that. Cities need that. City needs an outlet for these artists. They need to give them a place to get their what do you call it? The frustrations out, or get
because they'll be able to pick and choose who's good too. Like, oh, we need this guy. We should grab that and put it on our walls. Decorate our city, our business, our restaurants, our everything. We'll give him the lead role, but they need artists. Those artists need places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can't practice at mom's house.
So we're so grateful that the generator is willing to work with us and give us a space so we can teach this art, and also teach the good things and bad things about it. And we don't want to encourage people to break the law, but we also don't want to tell people what you can and can't do. We're nobody here. We're just two other artists that are lost. We're lost in the art. We like doing art left and right. We're from tattooing to graphic art to fucking even graffiti art, And graffiti is always something that has always, how can I say, got my attention. I hated it and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it, when they come and tag your fucking building. I loved it when I would see murals and really cool pieces, And sometimes when they would tag a building, you would think, oh, this motherfucker has it for me. What the fuck did I do? Or you would think also that, that somebody has a personal issue with you, not knowing that this kid just needed a place to do a quick little liner, a quick little, 2-color piece or something like that. And also, if you have a nice real estate business, a corner slot and a well-traveled street, that just calls for that they want to put their art on there.
Yes, prime real estate.
Prime real estate. But no, I'm glad that we're going to be doing this. Hopefully we'll meet a lot of people. Hopefully we can maybe help people to become muralists themselves in the future. Maybe, get some of these guys, not so much off the street. We don't want to recognize, hey, we got you off the street. No. But we want to get these guys to start doing more business with their art, getting out there, and also that they get to practice their art while they're getting paid and not getting chased and shit like that, and in a nice legal way where this restaurant or gas station or anybody that wants a mural and say, hey man, can you do this piece, or can you put this on my wall, and I'll pay you, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever the size of the wall is, And now this guy will learn how to do a little business deal with the mechanic shop and get his piece out there in the neighborhood.
Get a contract. Make sure you sign a contract with these people.
Yeah. Contracts are very important. So you got AI, have AI draw you a contract. And I think
we could talk business. That too. These guys need to know the business side.
Mm-hmm. So it's not just spray painting and this and that.
Like, how do I make a living out of my art? Well, yeah, we'll show you that too. We'll show you the business. We'll show you how to get a license. We'll show you how to get a website. Like, that'll be the coolest shit. Yeah,
I see some really good talent out there, and I mean, like, there's some badass artists that they have nothing but tons of spray paint pieces in their garage. You
Yeah.
know? They have a big collection. They've been painting for years. For a good example, Bryce. Bryce has a big collection of art. I don't
Shout
know,
out to Bryce.
I don't know if you've seen when he does the events and stuff like that. His booth is just full of fucking paintings, man.
Yep.
So I know this guy's addicted to the motherfucking game.
Yeah,
He's addicted
working.
to the artwork and all that. But it'd be also cool to see Bryce put his artwork on a website or something and sell it, not just here in Reno, but sell it nationwide across the whole United States or worldwide and stuff like that. But that's a good example. The other good artist that's been around town. I don't know if he's got a lot of art at home or not, but Josie Rock is all around the town.
Yeah.
And that homie can really get down on his portraits and his really cool ways that he does his color. It's really, really fucking nice,
Huge, big fucking pieces.
It'd
Yeah.
be nice to see some of his work on T-shirts or some of his work, put on products around town, and we could say, "Oh, that's homie's piece," or this or that,
Yeah, like the animal one over there, the cats and dogs.
Oh yeah, the one on wait a minute, where's that?
Is that Moana?
Moana in South Virginia.
Yeah.
That one's cool. Like like we as tattoo artists, for example, we have Solin. Solin can put our stuff on T-shirts and shit like that. A lot of people do collaborations with Solin, the T-shirt place, and you got all kinds of T-shirts. It'd be kind of cool to see T-shirts of graffiti writers.
Damn. We're like selling.
No, but maybe that would be awesome. But you know what I'm saying? If somebody was out there producing T-shirts from graffiti artists and putting it out there and create a fashion, a fashion of graffiti art, and this is from real graffiti writers, that would be fucking awesome for me to see, or seeing a hip-hop guy or whatever wearing so-and-so's T-shirt and, making this guy fucking famous. But right now, it seems like, all they do is steal from these poor graffiti guys. They'll go and make their hip-hop videos or this or that in front of the graffiti.
Shh. Don't say that. They're gonna get mad.
But they do that, bro. Everybody does that. The news people do that. I don't know if you've seen all kinds of stuff. Like we were, what was I watching the other day in England? Oh, they were talking about the Pinky Blinders. I was watching a documentary about the Pinky Blinders. And I think I showed you that video on YouTube. I said, check out this fucking documentary on the Pinky Blinders, but check out where he's walking all fucking tagged up pieces in England.
Yeah.
He's walking around a neighborhood that is all tagged up and stuff like that, I always see a lot of people doing the newscasting that has nothing to do with the graffiti, but they pick a graffiti background to do a report about economics or something like that. It's like, why there? Why are you talking about economics or the weather with graffiti in the background? They like the art, but they don't, and they want something to look good and behind. There's a lot of movies, there's a lot of videos out there that they use a lot of graffiti in the background. You'd be surprised. And it kind of, to me, it's irritating because they don't want to give credit to none of these guys, even though their name is right there.
Yeah.
Their name is right there. Half of the hip hop scene has been doing that. They go and record their videos and heavily graffiti areas and this and that to make it look like they're in the hood or what's up or all that, and they they don't give credit to, hey, we want to say hi, thank you to the crew or thank you to this guy or or at least put on the credits a little line down there of who did that piece or whatever. Nah. They just go and record and keep moving. Same thing with a lot of photographers,
Oh, damn, Raph.
Yeah, it happens, But I think also it's because it's done illegally, and they have no way to claim that or protect themselves or say, hey, I did that piece. and shit like that, you know. But that's just part of society. That's just part of human nature.
Yeah, it's out in
Yeah.
public. You can't control it. You can't do anything about it. And if you don't want anybody to see it, then yeah, it has to be at home.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but anyway, you know, enough with. I'm not trying to be rude or mean to the hip hop scene or the TV people or the news people, but a lot of people do seem to pick these areas to do their reports and this and that shit that has nothing to do with it. I'm like, okay, they're talking about horses and this and that, but they're showing a graffiti scene in the background. What the fuck's that about? This fucking show is about horses and wildlife, but why are they still showing these fucking areas? It's fucking trippy when I see that, homie. It's constantly on YouTube or movies or TV shows. And it's just like, damn, this is fucking trippy, you know? But sometimes, you know, people like that scene. People like that environment. It makes it look more realistic. Ain't nothing more realistic of a rough neighborhood than graffiti being on the wall. You know, apparently, you know, when you see graffiti on the wall, you're in a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know? But it should be like that. You should be grateful for all the fucking art that these fuckers are creating in these neighborhoods that are being, you know, how can I say, what's the word? When they're not taking care of it no more. They're being... The decline is going down and down. The city doesn't care for that area and shit like that. They don't maintain it and stuff like that, you know. Instead of maintaining it and, you know, and bringing up that area, no. And in some areas, like in Florida, there's a place that graffiti is what brought back that place.
Yeah.
You know, graffiti art and all the stuff is what brought back that place. So...
The mural walks, the fucking... Well, it's just... They know it. It's fine art. But they're just trying to cover it and bullshit their way, whether it's fucking officials or anybody.
There's a 50-50 line. 50% of the people love it. The other 50% of the people hate the fucking graffiti. Yeah. They just hate it in their neighborhood. They hate it anywhere. And there's the other 50% that love it and want to find out who these people are. They want to, you know, like, maybe shake the hand of this guy. Hey, man, whoever did this piece, I would like to meet him. I'd like to tell him what a badass piece, cool-ass color combination, and all that stuff. But you'll never meet that artist. You know? He's so afraid to even come out and let you know that he did it because there's a penalty fine once you know who he is or what he's been doing, you know. But I think with the new world that we have when it comes to digital and all that, it's becoming more and more accepting. You know, I see it more and more where cities are letting people do the boxes. They're letting them do murals and stuff like that. You know, Tucson was fucking way cool, huh? Well,
yeah, Tucson is tight.
Yeah, and so is Reno. Reno has a lot of murals, has a lot of stuff. But they still need to cater to them. They need to cater to more of the underground or help out the underground. You know, instead of chasing
when you had the ice house.
Yeah, the ice house was fucking, dude. That was amazing. Learning all the stuff.
Sparks.
Yeah, and Sparks.
Look it up.
There's a little bit of history of the ice house. Graffiti City was involved in there, but no, I think I'm excited for this new chapter in your career, Vaka. You know, I'm really excited that you're gonna be a teacher. You're gonna be a graffiti teacher. You know, teach people and how to Mr. Vaka, graffiti guy. But these guys are gonna be something later on. You know, and maybe they'll look up to you, or maybe they'll damn you. I don't know, but. You know, most of us, we like somebody that helped us in the past. I still give props and credit to those who helped me in my tattoo career and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure.
There's plenty of kids. There's tons of kids that want to learn how to paint. But yeah, there's just, who do you ask? Where do you go?
And how do you tell your mom and dad, hey, I want to go to...
I need some money to go buy some paint.
Yeah, some of these kids are hiding the paint in the backyard or something, or They can't even tell their parents that they're doing this stuff. You know, they're so afraid. Mom, Dad, by the way, we just noticed that they got graffiti classes. Can you take me? You know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be, but there are parents out there that are also for graffiti.
Yeah, they're all about it.
And they see it in their kids. You know, I had a couple of moms tell me, hey, man, this fucker, he's going to end up getting me into a lot of trouble. So they were happy.
Or making you a lot of money. Mm-hmm. One of the two, yeah.
But, you know, but also, yeah, you know, you can go either way. You can get thousands of fines for it. Or you can actually, this fucker can end up making good money and also putting food on the table, you know?
Yeah.
And also doing it with art. But, yeah, graffiti has got a very complex outlook, you know. I still haven't seen a lot of... I'm seeing them a little bit on YouTube, but I haven't seen really good documentaries or really good, wholesome explaining, you know, the whole thing and why, and also show some of the old schoolers and stuff, you know. Like you obey. You got a whole bunch of people that they're badasses, you know. David Cho, that's his name? David Cho, yeah. That's another motherfucker right there. You know, he hit the right people, this and that, and he became more famous. And he puts his stuff on T-shirts and shit like that. You know, I would wish...
Kair.
I would see... It'd be nice to see more people like that. You know, more people make it and make money in the graffiti world. Or make money with their art instead of fucking running around hiding, you know. Hopefully somebody in the future will look to that fucking crazy idea about the graffiti park, you know.
Yeah. The way I saw you know where we went in the desert and the way we saw the circle and the abandoned buildings.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. That would be cool for the Graffiti City Park.
Well, yeah.
Like just a bunch of buildings making a circle.
People can just go and go tag up their stuff. Well, I like your idea, the one that just a building where, you know, people can come up and tag up any time of the day outside and whatever. Yeah. And then go in there and put their stuff on T-shirts, have a cup of coffee, you know, have a place where you can cut stencils or stuff like that.
Yeah, watch other people paint. And there's a nightlife to that, too. It's not just like I could see a nightlife where they're drinking. There's people watching through the glass and two people that are painting the nightlife. The ones that the vampires, you know.
Yeah. Well, some of them are not used to having an audience. They're used to being out there by themselves alone. Yeah. And then you know you got 2 or 3 people, you know, checking them out. They get a little nervous. I noticed that at the Ice House. I would sneak up on some of them and just kind of like, hey, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna watch you. And they're like, dude, I never had an audience. You know, I don't know how I feel about this.
But I think if the people that are having the nightlife, like the good time, they're drinking, watching them, if they're behind the glass and the glass is like black or somewhere where the artists don't even hear
doesn't even know that people are watching
there,
him. Yeah. He's just being himself.
Yep. At one point they forget that there's people actually there watching them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just painting. They're just going. And that part is open, like, to the sky.
Yeah, that would be fucking badass, homie.
Yeah, that would be cool. Little plants and grass.
Well, we need to start out with something simple. The classes. The classes is a simple thing. Hopefully,
we got the classes.
We can evolve that to other stuff. Yep. Hopefully, we can evolve that to events. You know, we can do events with graffiti people or a graffiti event in town or something. You know, where people are just there doing their stuff with being protected and not, you know, being chased by other graffiti members, by gang members, or even the popo, you know, and they can just really enjoy their graffiti art. That's what I saw at the Ice House, man. Yeah. So many people were so grateful to have a place to go and paint, you know. They would just pull up in their cars with rollers, all kinds of shit, man. Yeah. Everybody thinks that graffiti is just done with spray paint. No, these fuckers... They come out with rolling buckets.
And people get to collaborate. They get to meet
That's the other thing that I kind of noticed that too.
Yeah.
That there was a lot of people like, dude, I'm learning from all these guys, or this guy taught me this guy taught me that, and and also young guys that haven't been in the game too much, meeting some old schoolers that fucking they just go and fucking do some badass effects with these spray cans, and the kid is just amazed, and he wants to learn those trade secrets, or he wants to learn, how to lay down a cool ass solid piece, and then come in and do those little quick little lines and splatter and stuff like that. Do a wild style, do a bubble.
How to blow on the wall to keep it from dripping.
Every time I would hear you, when we were out there doing the projects, yeah, he fucked up again.
They're blowing the
I tried that. I
you
could
better
do it.
not. Yeah.
I could do it as good as you did, but every time I was like, I just go use my finger. But yeah, it's fucking trippy to learn all the tricks of the trade can be taught in the daylight. There's no reason to also. You can learn it with patience, not looking over your shoulder as Johnny's doing the piece, and you're supposed to pay attention. It's dark as hell out though, Are you keeping an eye on the bear, or you keeping an eye on homie?
Yeah. No, that gets to a point you forget about the bear. You're just there painting. And it's cool. It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Nice.
I noticed that, dude. I would roll up in that warehouse at 11 at night, 12 o'clock at night, and find somebody out there in the corner just having a peaceful moment.
Yeah.
And I would walk up and have a quick little interview, just ask them what's up and this and that, and like, dude, you don't understand. I just had to get away from the wife, the kids, my work. This is my sanctuary. Really? In the darkness, like a fucking vampire out here? He's like, yeah, man. Believe it or not, it's so peaceful at night.
It's quiet.
And it is. It is peaceful. It was really nice, and also they can concentrate on their work. They can concentrate on the piece they're doing. And some of these pieces, they were taking them a half hour, an hour. Some of them, because they weren't looking to be rushed or run out of the place, And when you're doing out there, what's the most that probably takes to do a tag?
Oh, you got to be out there quick. Like, you're quick.
Like
you're not taking
15
your time.
minutes,
You're not
15, 20 minutes to do a piece and then get out of there before somebody.
Oh, no, it's like
an hour.
2 hours maybe, yeah.
But you gotta be way the fuck out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but you already walked. You already fucking, and once you get there, you're like, all right, cool. It's time to get to work. You gotta get shit done.
Oh yeah,
you can't
that's
be chilling.
the other thing. That's what I noticed. You can't really park right next to your work. You have to park your car somewhere, and then hike the fuck out there like a mile and a half. And then when you get back to your car, you also gotta make sure that there's nobody, coming up to your car or whatever, because that's when police can roll up on you. Where the fuck were you at? And I noticed that there's a car out here.
Yeah, who is this? What are you doing out here? Looking at the stars.
Hopefully you don't come out with your hair so fucking paint all over your face, You
got paint all on one day.
Oh, you get in your nose, huh? They can tell with that? Huh?
Well, one day a cop pulled me over. I got paint all over my nose because I was wearing the thing. But nothing happened. He just pulled me over. I don't know for what. But he looks at my nose and he lets me go. And then he says something about, you shouldn't be sniffing paint. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, he realized that ain't cocaine. That's fucking him.
Yeah, and I had it all over my face.
That's what I noticed when I get home after we do some of the murals. I'll get home and wipe my nose, and all suddenly there's red, blue, yellow, all kinds of colors in my snot, my nose hairs.
I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I always wonder what he talked about until I got home. Like, oh, he saw all the white, and it was white.
And also your mask mark.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sniffing paint. Like, okay, it's not good for you.
Well, that's the other thing too. Nobody's really kind of teaching the safety of this stuff. Some of this paint is pretty strong.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. If you're not wearing the proper mask and stuff like that, or somebody teaching a 14-year-old kid, hey,
You're gonna get high.
Yeah, you're gonna get high, kids. So
You're gonna get
wear a
dizzy.
mask.
It's dangerous
get
when you're
headaches.
up on a ladder. You don't have a mask on. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, so you definitely want to have a mask to keep you from getting
Yeah,
messed
and
up.
those chemicals aren't good for you. You know, it has to do something.
Well, yeah, I get fucking migraines, fucker, after we do one
Yeah.
or two of those murals.
Yep.
And like the last couple of times I didn't have my mask or I forgot my mask, and luckily those people let me have that N95. But fuck, man, by the time I get home, oh fuck, man, I gotta take my migraine medication. It triggers migraines with me, you know. But no, hopefully this will help the community. Hopefully this will help somebody to get into the graffiti scene, we can say, in the proper way. And then not too much becoming a graffiti guy. Well, fuck it if you become a graffiti. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. Don't look for my fucking advice. I'm not here to encourage or discourage. You have the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't get caught, like me. But you know, these motherfuckers could become some badass muralists. You know, they can become some badass painters. You know, they can, improve their lives and just become an artist. You know, a nationwide artist. There's plenty. Like I'm watching Brazil, man. I'm watching Brazil. I'm watching Mexico. I'm watching other countries. They have evolved in the graffiti scene like a motherfucker. They have a whole different scene in graffiti in Europe. I don't know if you've seen Germany and some of the Germany. Dude, I've been watching videos on Germany and shit like that. There's graffiti all over that fucking city.
I don't have the channels you have, bro.
YouTube, fucker. YouTube. I just look up on YouTube. I'll be looking at fucking documentaries, and for some reason they put graffiti in the background. I'm not even looking at graffiti documentaries. I'm looking at, I want to know about World War II documentaries. I want to know about this kind of documentary. And for some reason, these fuckers are talking about this with graffiti in the background.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with graffiti. That's where I get to see a lot of this cool shit. You know? That's what trips me the fuck out. It's like, oh. Like, if anybody check out that Pinky Blinders, let me know. There's a badass Pinky Blinders on YouTube, and they have half of the fucking scene is graffiti. Big ass fucking graffiti pieces. You know? Big ass murals all over the place and shit like that. You know?
Speaking of murals, we gotta do one for Jack of all fades, Mr. Durant.
Yeah, hopefully he's got something drawn up soon, or he'll come up with a design. I should send him a little reminder. Hey, let me know what kind of art you like, so we can get that going. You know,
for the convention. When is that convention, Ref?
Oh shit, somewhere in October. Durant is Jack of all fades. He's gonna have an event for barbershops, barbers and hairdressers and all kinds of salon. He's gonna have the first in Reno, I believe, the first barbershop convention in Reno, which is hella fucking cool, man. And hopefully I'm gonna get a booth there. I'm gonna show off my barber chairs that I make, hydraulic barber chairs. I've also, I got a new design on the tattoo chair. It's a little lower and it can go a little higher. You guys have probably seen it already on the website. It's the red chair. This weekend I'm gonna do 20% off to sell some chairs. I need to make some money. I got bills. It's called paying the lawyers. I gotta pay the lawyers. I'm getting a lawyer for my little mishap, but I do need you guys' help and support. Order a table, order a chair, tell a friend. You got another delinquent like me, and if there's any other delinquents that want to help a fucker like me, please help me out, so that my wife doesn't yell at me no more. She hasn't yelled, but she's like, "Come on, can you do something?"
Like, really? I'm with the 12-year-old.
Oh man, but no, I'm really happy that this fucking thing is coming through, man. I'm glad that hopefully, because we did have some classes at the old graffiti, and people were showing up for him. We also did the paint and bake, where we would paint and get high. We were smoke and paint.
That was for the 21 and older.
21 and over. We used to have a class where we did planet scenes, and Rudy would do the class, and we would all get high while we were doing the planet scene, and it was fucking really cool. Maybe we would get couples. We would get up to 10 couples sometimes.
Yeah, there was hella people,
and I hope we get people also signing up for his class. I hope we get also more people that are willing to teach their trade. If anybody's out there want to help out Vaka, teach how to do planets or how to do this, come over, sign up. Let's see what we can work out with the generator and get a guest like a guest instructor. It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they want to teach whatever, oils.
Or somebody wants to teach how to do
acrylic.
Stencils.
The
stencil art is not easy. It looks fucking easy, but it ain't, bro. The stencils.
There's an artwork to it. Yeah.
There's planning.
Craft.
You got to plan the layers. You got to know which one to put first and all that. And
you got to cut this out, and you got to be very meticulous, and
and also make sure you got your little X's that match so that everything comes out.
Mm-hmm.
When I see some of these stencil pieces that people do around town or people have done, it lets me know this fucker is investing 1, 2, 3 hours just cutting the stencils.
Yeah.
Just cutting the stencils.
That's hella work. Yeah.
Especially if you're doing it by hand. Some of these people already have laser cutters or stuff like that. If you guys are smart and have a little bit of money, use laser cutters to cut out your stencils. It's a little faster. Like, that Cricut one.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut out stencils with that and make some really cool stencils.
Cool. The little handle already or something.
Yeah. I mean, it can cut out. Like, how also you got to put your little X so you can kind of keep putting them on the same spot.
Yeah.
Those fuckers, it's computerized, so it's going to do everything for you and shit like that. But, yeah, I would, stencil art, that's a part of graffiti, And then you got all these people that do all these abstract artwork and shit like that. I mean, people need to see this out in the open, or people need to go and study this and do it in the daylight. I myself, I feel sad for these guys that have to learn this in the middle of the darkness and shit like that. I couldn't see myself tattooing in the dark like that.
Yeah,
how the fuck would I learn? And these
in
guys
a hurry, in the dark. Fuck that, bro. Just leave it like that. Let's go.
Being stalked by a bear.
Cops, yeah.
The bear's over there getting ready for.
I'm about to have Mexican food today.
Who are these two little tacos that just roll into my neighborhood?
I'm about to have tacos today.
I had Korea yesterday. Fucking bears, man.
Like, I hope that was my tummy.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's insane. So, going up to the tunnels, walking down the darkness of those tunnels. But some of these guys walk 1 mile or 2 miles all the way in there to do a piece and also make sure that nobody sneaks up on them and shit. That's a hell of a walk.
Yeah.
With gallons of fucking paint or backpack full of paint.
And ladders.
I can't believe when I see a little crew of people, it's like, I know what they're up to, but everybody.
and we do all that work, but
nobody sees it.
Yeah, nobody sees it.
Well, they see it. There's actually, they do tours up there. You see it. And they're not doing the tours to see what the Chinese guys build that railroad.
They're trying to see the artwork.
To see the artwork,
because they know. It's like, man, there's some real cool shit in there.
Yeah, also like
Nicho's. I think Nicho's is in there.
Is he still in there?
I don't know.
We haven't been up there. I haven't been up there in about 2 years, bro. I need to go back up there. That's a fucking hell of a cool place to go and hang out for an hour or two. Up in the down.
Or he was at the other place at the Flats. I don't know.
The Flats.
I'm sorry.
The Flats, the American Flats is gone.
Yeah.
And that was another outlet where a lot of the Reno guys would end up going to American Flats. But that was a dangerous fucking place, bro.
That was a landmark. I never got to go, but
I hear about pits that had cyanide and shit like that, you know.
And a lot of people went there, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to go paint.
And mainly the reason they destroyed it because it was a dangerous place, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully somebody in the city hall, somebody in Sparks or in another city is listening to this podcast and they have their own little nephew or their kids or two other grandkids or taggers and they have the power to do something for their kids,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
For the next
and for the
generations.
and for the community, you know. Because sometimes that's what it takes. One of the kids being the son of a senator or son of this and that. And
Yeah.
his little secret, he's a big tagger. But if he can convince his dad to, hey, Dad, can you open up a park for me and my buddies so we can go do this and not get into any more trouble or this
Yeah,
or that?
son, I got you. We're going to stock up a shit ton of trains in one fucking lot.
So I hope something like that happens in the future,
Yeah.
you know? Same with drugs. They don't give a fuck about drugs because it only affected the blacks and the brown or whatever. But when it starts affecting the middle class and the big upper white class, they're like, hey, wait a minute. Now we're concerned about crack. We didn't know that this thing had no restrictions on race and this and that. But sometimes it takes that, you know. Once you find out that your loved ones are involved in it, maybe you can help them out, you know. But when the crack epidemic and shit like that happened, fuck, they didn't care until it affected the white community. And yes, I'm being racist. I'm a racist motherfucker, so deal with it. You know, I'm not lying because apparently on my last piece of paper I'm white. Somebody decided to put me that I'm white. Okay? So deal with it. I'm sorry. I'm a bona fide educated racist. And I have no problems with that. Let's go back. No, I think hopefully somebody will start seeing
Yeah,
and
they
helping
have
out
to.
the graffiti scene or giving a place for these guys to go and do their stuff, you know. And I hope others and other parts of the country will, maybe we can inspire others to do what we're doing.
Yeah,
We
because
can
we have
inspire
to be
other
the ones
teachers.
that got to push it too.
You know, and if there are teachers out there that are already teaching, let us know. Maybe help us out because we're walking into this blindfolded as a motherfucker. We don't even know. We had a little bit of experiment a few years ago with the graffiti scene, but you know, we had to kind of COVID shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, COVID shut it down, but we're back. We're back to doing it. Well, Vaka's back. He's the one that has all control of it.
No, we're back, Raph. You got plenty to do with it too. You're responsible, fool.
I'm responsible.
You're in this too.
Well, it's a fucking fun ass thing, bro. I don't know. You know, there used to be a time when tattooing was hella rebel. Tattooing has become domesticated. You know.
Yeah, everybody got tattoo machines like it's.
Yeah, it's domesticated now.
You want to go
know?
get tattooed at the park?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, everybody and anybody gets, and it's easier to get tattoo equipment than it is to
Yeah.
get spray paint. You notice that?
Yeah.
I don't see nobody asking me for IDs when it comes to getting tattoo equipment, and I'm about to hurt somebody with blood, you know, an injury or this or that. Things could go really bad. But when it comes to spray paint, show me your ID. You know.
What size? What is it? What's this? What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not 21? Like, oh, man.
Yeah, you have to fucking. In some places they make it hard to get spray paint or even some of this equipment. But tattoo equipment, fuck, you can buy it at Walmart now. You can buy it at the flea market.
Yeah,
You
the
can get it on fucking Instagram,
gas station.
gas station, you name it, it's out there. So yeah, I think that's what I like about graffiti. Also, it's still rebel. You know, I don't want to tame it. I don't want to ever think that you should stop doing graffiti. I think it should be you have the freedom to do whatever. You know, just don't get caught. And if you do get caught, I guess you'll pay the fines and penalties.
Yeah.
You know, but I would like to see more of a daytime graffiti events, or I would
Family events.
family. Like
Yeah.
when we do that piece that we did over there at the marketplace, quite a bit of people showed up for the event. You know, a lot of families with their kids, hey, we want to let him paint, and this one likes to paint at the house, so we want to let him come over here, and you guys can show him how to do this, how to do that.
Yeah, families would go to this place. They would just go on the daily. They would just go paint, bring their kids. I'm sure it would be a hangout. Like, all right, kid, you sit right there, watch me paint.
So we're gonna start with Saturdays only, and if it evolves, you probably
this place, yeah.
You're gonna
at
you
the
think
generator.
You can add more classes throughout the week.
Eventually, yeah.
Okay, because man, I can't wait for this shit to happen, man. I can't wait to record it and let people know and have a safe place for people to do this artwork without, you know, not everybody needs the fucking adrenaline rush. Not everybody wants that, you know. Some people just want to have fun, you know. But if you do want the adrenaline rush, you know where to get it. As soon as it becomes dusk, go do your deeds.
Or we'll chase you.
You know. You want to chase them? What do you mean?
Like we can have the whole experience, you know. They could be painting, and there comes in the point in the class where we chase them.
We chase them.
We come out.
Hey, bring in a guest police officer. Just a guy in a uniform come by and say hi. Hey, Roger, how's you doing? Poor guy. They all get scared when they see an officer in the uniform. Yep. You know,
shit, fucking got you
now
going.
You know what it's like to have that adrenaline going.
Yeah, that would be great.
But other than that, you know, I think this might change something in the future. I think hopefully this will help the city of Reno. Hopefully this will help
City
the
of Sparks. Hey, it's the same thing, right? Like you're in Sparks now, and then you're in Reno right now. But I feel like it's the same thing, no?
Well, yeah, it's fucking one city is divided in two. You know, in case people don't know, Reno has a twin city. It's Sparks. If you're not from Reno, you wouldn't even know where Sparks starts and ends and shit like that. If you're from Reno, we know where it stops.
We love both of them.
We know the borders of these two cities, but we live in a twin city place, you know.
Yeah.
And
because they asked me where you from. Well, I'm from both.
and also, let people know out there, if there's anybody out there who's doing classes and stuff, maybe help us out. Give us some pointers or something, you know. If there's somebody over there in New York, New Jersey, Florida, and, you know, maybe you guys can share some stuff, because we're walking in this almost a little blind, but we already had some experience from the Ice House. We already experienced from the old graffiti store that we had.
Yep.
You know. You actually had a couple of moms bring their kids by and drop them off for an hour so you could do the class, and they were really helpful. They were really grateful. I'm pretty sure there's still people out there that want to help out their kids. You know?
Yeah, because they're excited too. The moms, their parents, they're excited that the kids have something to do. Instead of staying on their phone, like, yeah, they were excited like that. Like, yeah, he wants to do this. So I brought him. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's a hands-on project, bro. It's not like something you need your iPad. Yeah. It's exercise, man. It's exercise. When I go do those pieces up and down the ladder, fucker, I go home fucking tired, man. I'm like, dude, and my arms hurt from constantly spraying my fingers. But it's a good exercise. I enjoy it, man.
Yeah, you get good at it. You get excited.
Well, I'm not good. Well, you get good at it. I'm just like, I do the filling. This fucker does all the detail. But I'm getting there, you know.
You get
I'm learning how to do some quick little lines and clean lines and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that I got you as a teacher, or at least somebody who's, you know, guiding me a little bit. Because I would not know how to do this shit. And once you become frustrated, the shit can get harder, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to do it now.
No.
Like, it's not fun. I don't know what to do now. It's ugly. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that we're also, like, negative on our art.
Yeah.
It didn't come out right. Oh, man, I wish I could have done it better and this and that.
It's not coming out like I wanted to.
But, yeah, I think hopefully everybody's excited as much as we are, and support this guy. Find out, go to his website, Graffiti City NV. He'll have the classes on there so you can sign up, or go to the generator and ask about the graffiti classes.
This Saturday is the first classes
You're
that we're
do
gonna
this
have.
Saturday already?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. What, 2 days from now?
yeah.
2 days from now, we're gonna see the first graffiti class
At 12 p.m.
At 12 p.m.
Yeah,
Orale, at 12 p.m. I should be there, huh?
yeah. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna be there, Mr. Grumpy Ralph, and I guess that's it for today, huh?
Yep.
All right, guys, we had enough talk about this graffiti stuff, and I hope you guys liked this little announcement. We couldn't wait to tell you guys because it's only 2 days away. So I'm gonna put this out tomorrow, and hopefully we can get the word out. All right, homie.
Oh yeah.
Say goodbye.
Later, guys.